Have you ever had two completely different paths in front of you? Both exciting, both possible, and yet found yourself unable to actually move on either one? Well, today I'm going to talk to you about, why that happens and what it actually means when it does. So let's take, let's say, a landscaping business, a vending machine route, right? Two completely different businesses. Come on. Different equipment, different costs. Different everything, right? Yet somehow both of them excite you exactly the same way, in exactly the same amount. Let me tell you something. That's not two good options. That's zero. And I'll guarantee you, it's been zero for longer than you want to admit. Come on. Let me unpack this. See, here's how you got here. You're a few hours into a shift at a job. You stop picturing yourself doing 5 years from now, right? Your hands are busy, but your head isn't. Your mind is wandering and wondering, what if? And that's when it shows up. Not a plan, but a picture. And not just any quick image in an instance. I'm talking about a vivid picture of you driving something with your name on it on the side of it. A client behind you, admiring your work, watching a yard turn from a mess into something they're proud of. All right, so now a few days later, back at work again, but this time it's a different picture. You can see it plain as day. Vending machines, quietly making money in break rooms and waiting areas all over town while you're doing something else entirely. You sat with both of these more than once. I'm sure if I looked at your search history, I'll see that you, on more than one occasion, priced out a used mower and a trailer. Looked up what a handful of vending machines actually cost and how many placements you'd need before any of it added up to something real. See, when somebody asks you which one excites you more and you say both, honestly, not a hedge, that's really how you feel. But if you're being straight with yourself, that should bother you. But I'll tell you what, here's why it doesn't. Two things feeling equally exciting reads like one big passion of owning a business, so you can't get up out of where you are now. Passion is specific. Just like anything else, passion has an order to it. This passion does it. And it's been sitting there for months. Passion is great, but passion is also dangerous. What do I mean by that? So many people have been told to follow their passion or work in your passion. But I found that if you follow that, if you follow what you can do at a high level, let's say it that way, and make your money there, then you can have the money you need to throw at the passion, right? So if two completely different businesses feel exactly the same amount of excitement, neither one has actually been tested against anything real. You're not excited about landscaping. You're not excited about vending machines. I'm out of breath. You're excited about not being where you are right now. And that excitement doesn't care which door it walks through. So it's attached itself equally to both. And there's the part that keeps it going. You're not doing nothing. You're researching, right? Pricing equipment, reading what other people in both businesses say about their weeks and how they spend their time. You are invested. And all of that feels like movement. Come on, because it produces something. A number, a comparison, a new fact you didn't have yesterday. But here's the kicker. None of it requires you to decide. There's no decisions to be made. You could do this for another year and be exactly as undecided as you are right now, because collecting information was never the same thing as choosing. There's a name for exactly this moment. And once you hear it, you won't be able to unnotice it in your own life. It's called Uncover the Real Aim. It is what so many people miss. And this is the moment that sets the stage, man. It's the first move in a framework I use, come on, for solving problems shaped exactly like this one. The moment before you've picked anything, where what you think you're choosing between isn't actually the real choice. Here's what almost nobody does at this stage, including you, right? Probably with these two businesses. Name what you're actually trying to get specifically instead of a category. So if you say, I want to be my own boss, that's just a category. Sounds like an answer. It's not specific enough to tell you anything, because it's true of both landscaping and a wall of vending machines, and about 600 other businesses besides those. So let's actually do this. Landscaping. What does it actually give you specifically? Recurring accounts, income that builds steadily once there are enough clients on the books, right? What else? Physical outdoor work, mostly on your own schedule in daylight hours, rain or shine. Results you can see the same day. A yard looks different the moment you're done. And the client sees it immediately. Cost to start is real, but modest. A decent mower, trailer, insurance, a few $1,000s. Now let's talk about vending machines. What does that actually give you? Income that feels passive once machines are placed, but getting there means cold pitching businesses. Hang on, wait. So you can place your machines, right? Which is its own sales job before a single dollar comes in. Real cost up front. A single machine runs a couple thousand, and you need several placed and earning before it adds up to anything. Feedback is slow. You find out a machine is doing well when you drive out and restock it, not in the moment, unless you got some sensors, right? But here's the test. If what you actually want is something physical, immediate, with results you can see the same day, and clients whose names you know, well, landscape it answers that, and vending machines never will. Because a vending machine in a break room doesn't know you exist. If what you actually want is something that eventually runs without you standing in front of it, even if it's slower to build and it's sales instead of sweat, well, vending machines answers that, and landscaping never will. Because your income there caps out at how many yards one person can reach in a day. These aren't two versions of the same want. They're opposite answers to two different questions, which is exactly why naming the real question collapses the whole thing real fast. See, once you know what you're actually aiming at, one of these two stops being interesting within about 5 minutes. 5 minutes of honest thinking. Not because it's a worse business, but because it was never a business built for what you actually wanted. That's interesting. Almost nobody does this on their own. Glad we did it just now, right? Nobody does it without being made to, right? Because naming specific wants feels riskier than staying vague. Like, I want to be my own boss, right? Let's see. But if you say, I want a physical result I can see every day, and I'm willing to trade income upside for that, then that statement rules things out immediately. Maybe both of the two options you've been picturing. That's uncomfortable, isn't it? Staying vague protects you, man, from finding out you might be wrong about both. It also means you'll be pricing the same two things again next year, no closer than you are right now. So if you've got two paths in your head right now, here's the version you can do yourself tonight on one piece of paper. Don't tell chat to tell you, right? You need to tell yourself. Write it down. So write down specifically what each path actually gives you day to day. The real version. Not the fantasy, the real version. Then write down what you're actually trying to get by leaving where you are right now. Not quote unquote something different, but write down that specific thing. Is it money, time, being seen, being the one who decides? Something with your name on it? Usually it's one of those two, or one or two of those, 5 things I just rattled off? Then hold what each path gives against what you actually want, one at a time. And be honest with yourself, because you can't lie to yourself. Whichever one answers fewer of your real specific wants, that's the one that excitement was covering for. None of this means the businesses you land on is the safe one or the one that makes the most money. It means it's the one that actually matches what you said you wanted once you were specific enough to test it. Uncover the real aim is the one move to start it off. There are 7 more after that, and each one solves a different way that people get stalled between where they are and where they actually want to be. Today was just that first step. Unlock the real aim, uncover the real aim. If you've got 2 things in your head right now that both feel exciting and neither's moving, then call it what it is. Indecision. It's one unanswered question sitting underneath 2 answers that were never actually being compared to anything. Name the question, man. The excitement sorts itself out from there. I'll see you on the next one.